Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to discuss a concept related to CSS, which is we call margin. It is a very important topic as whenever you have to design a web page, you have to give a good gap between the web page that you're making and the surrounding that you have around. So to give that kind of a gapping, or you can say space in your surrounding, we use margin. Now, how to use these margins, that is what we will be discussing in today's topic. Let's first just quickly discuss, and if you can also make a notes out of it, I have been also given the list. So please check out that in HTML and CSS, margin refers to the space surrounding an element's border. Now, how does it work? So we can check this out with the help of an example. So let's get started off this example first. So this is my HTML file. I already have created one here. And in this HTML file, I'm going to connect my CSS link because of course we are doing all our work in the CSS file. So we have to connect it. So I will use the code which is link rel is equals to style sheet. Then I'm going to use the attribute, which is the href, and it's going to be my style.css because that's what my file name. Okay. Now, once I do so, let me show you the output of my page. This is the output of my page. In this project, what I'm going to do is, this is my paragraph and you have to consider this entire external part is your border. That's how the border works, right? This is the border of the website and this is my paragraph, which is right now somewhere in the middle of the web page. Now, what if I want to give it a proper margin all around my paragraph? Let's try this out. So I will be going to the CSS first. Okay, so I think I'll just remove everything. I will show you from the beginning itself. Let's try with the P tag. So I'm going to start with the P tag because there I have to give the coding. And in this P tag, first of all, I'm going to give a border. So let's give P. Let's give it a border. I'm giving a border of, let's say, 5px. What type of border I want? I'm giving a solid border with black color. Okay, you want to give any other color, you can try it out. So this is how my border is looking right now. And you can also give it a background color to your project. So I can give it a background color. Again, the paragraph, what color you want to give, that depends on you. If I go with maybe a little aqua color, you can check this out. This will be looking like this. Also, we can increase the font size of my paragraph, which I can do like font size, let's say 30px if it looks good. Otherwise, you can just check out with your font size. I think this is better. Now, let's see, understand one by one. I can see that the gap between the top and this paragraph border is like not much. It's too sticky. If I want to give a good gap between these two, I have to use a margin code. So how will I do that? I'm going to start with margin and I will say top. Let's give the top margin as 100px. Okay. Now, once I do so, you can see my paragraph has come a bit down. It was just this much gap before, but now the gap has been increased. Let's check out if I increase it more. Let's say I give it maybe a 300px of gap. Just see, it just went up somewhere on the center. Okay, so can you see that? Whenever you give a margin top, that means it give you a margin. That means a gap or a space from the top only. Top of the web page to the paragraph's bottom. Okay, now let's understand it. Now I hope you understand this part, that how can I make it a left side of margin. So if I can do the same thing, I can do margin left and let's say 100px. So it will be moving towards a bit of left side. Just see that. Same way, if I want to go to right side, I can give a margin of, for example, right. And let's say it could move to towards 200px of right. And that's how it does. Same, if I want to go with a little bottom, like for example, I do not want margin to be 300, should go a little bit more up. That means from the bottom, I need a gap. That means I need a gap from the bottom at whichever area you want a gap and you want to push it. That particular margin you will be giving to your project. So for me, I will be writing over here as margin and let's say bottom, and I'm giving it, for example, let's say 100 px. So you will see a slight change in the paragraph, which will be like little bit upper side over here. Okay, if I give it more, then it will be more visible. Okay, so I already have given here a margin top, that's why it's coming a little bit more in the bottom side. So if I just remove this and try with the margin bottom, just see, it just went up. So this margin depends on it, right? Now, there is other way also to give the margin. For example, here what I have done is I given the margin in a separate manner. But what if you want to give a overall margin? Then what you have to do? So let's look at this page again. So there is other way also you can give a margin. For example, for me right now, I could write margin and I could give 4 margin pixels together. The first one will represent top margin. This will represent right, bottom, and left. So usually I say it as TRBL. Okay, so if I say TRBL, so let's see how can I change my codes to TRBL. So I could write it as margin. Top code is 30 px, for example, 300 I've given. So I will write 300 px. That is top. Getting my point? 300 px. Then what I can do? I can write the right without any kind of semicolon something. I could give a right pixel. So right is 200 px for me right now. I can write right. Okay. Then I can do what? Then I can do bottom because it's TRBL. Bottom. Now bottom value I have given here as 500. So I can write 500 px. So top, right, bottom, and now left number, which is 100 px. So I can write it in this way and I can just remove this part and can just keep this. So this will also work for my output. See, there is no change because my output is working. If I do not give this, so it is not just going to be the same as it was before. So you can see that I can also check out with this. So it's not necessary that you will be giving the 4 pixels every time. You can also just maybe want to do the changes of top, right, and bottom, for example. So see, the pattern would be like this only: top, right, bottom, left. So now you want to change the bottom and then left. So always your bottom will come first and left will come after that. Okay, so if you follow this particular list now, you will be getting it to know that if I give 25 px, 50 and 75, that means it is talking about top. Then it is saying right, then it is saying bottom. What if only 2 numbers you are adding? If you are just adding 2 numbers, that means you are talking about top and bottom. It's clear. Okay, if I'm just writing only 2 pixels, it's top and bottom. Okay, there would be no margin from the left and right then. So that's how it works, right? So here we have one more thing, that you can just simply write margin. So margin, if you are giving, that means all the 4, if you want a proper margin of all the 4 direction, will be having a proper gap. Suppose 10, 10, 10, 10. All together, it's going to be 10. So I think better writing 10 px, 10 px, 10 px, 10 px. We can simply write that all the margin is a 10 px. Simple. So I can just simply write maybe the all margin are 300 px. That means top, bottom, left, right, all comes 300 px for me. Getting my point? So, or maybe 100 px for me. So that's how it works. So I think the margin part is clear to you all with this example, because here margin is something which gives you a gap from top, bottom, left, right, and you can also give individual gaps. A part of that, you have to just follow the pattern of TBRL, which is top, bottom, left, right. So please check out this page as well. Okay, so here you can top, right, bottom, left, you have to give with the pattern. Is in this way you can only get the margins. So this is all about the margins. In our next session, we will be coming with the padding also. I am not covering it in this session because it will, otherwise the video will be little long. So if you want to know more about padding, please comment down below. And if you have any query related to this particular project, do let me know and I will share more such videos with you. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to my channel. See you all in the next class.